up, guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about the Andycine 4K 5.5-inch touchscreen on-camera monitor with power kit. This is the Andycine A6 Pro. So, full disclosure, they sent me 2 of these units for free to review and share with you guys, but they're not asking me to say anything other than just kind of talk about the specs, and they're not necessarily going to edit or see this video. I'm just going to share my honest thoughts. So the other thing about my channel, if you're new to this channel or you found this video looking at searching for this monitor, my channel is drums and production. I'm not really going to dig into all this technical specs and all the deep dive stuff. What I want to talk about is what specifically makes this monitor useful to me, what makes it unique, what makes it stand out. So first thing, before we even get into it, what I think I'm excited about this is this thing can power other devices. That, to me, is one of the main things that's gonna make this awesome. So let's unbox this thing, get into it, and look at what it has to offer. Okay, so first of all, they give you an insane amount of stuff. So first we have the monitor itself. Then we have, this is kind of the mounting bracket. So this goes on here, and then this mounts to your hot shoe mount, cold shoe mount, I can never remember. I'll have to look at this. Is this, what is this, Jeremiah? What does that do? I'll have to look and see what this does. But that's the mount there. This is a charging cable. They give you a Mpf battery. This is really cool. And the Mpf battery charger. So you plug that in. This charges the Mpf battery. Also, they have USB to USB-C adapter for this, which is just cool that they would include that. And they include a very small HDMI to mini HDMI. Is that what this is? Micro HDMI? Small HDMI, a smaller HDMI, micro HDMI, I guess, which goes, a lot of cameras take that. So, oh, and then they have this, which there's probably a better name for this. This is like the sun visor, right? So if you're shooting outside, you mount that on there. That way you can see the shot a little bit better if it's super, super bright. So, kudos, first of all, for all the gear that they give you, microfiber cloth, manual, that kind of stuff. So that's great because this mounts, sorry, this way. Again, this mounts on your camera, then that mounts there. So this is, you can rotate this. The Mpf battery, this is if you're not familiar with these, this is a standard battery. This powers this here. So that's kind of built-in power for that guy. And then this is the cable that connects from the camera out. So I'm actually gonna have Jeremiah, he's gonna hop in and talk more specs, but the number one thing that I'm excited about this is the fact that this basically can operate as a dummy battery. So you can get an Mpf battery, or Mpf, you can get these massive Mpf batteries, and you can power your camera off of this monitor. So it's got a DC out, so 8.4 DC out. It's got HDMI in, HDMI out. You can obviously got power in here. And then also on the back, this can power other things like a wireless transmitter. So what's cool is this is a built-in dummy battery to this. So for instance, you know, this is the Mpf that plugs into this. Well, this has the same ports as like an Mpf battery. So just like, you know, this monitor takes Mpf power in, if I had like a wireless transmitter, instead of plugging an Mpf battery, I would mount the wireless transmitter on here. So this is like a dummy battery. So theoretically, if I understand this correctly, this powers the camera. I could plug in a wireless transmitter to, you know, my computer or wherever I'm streaming from or whatever I'm doing, and I can also power my camera via power out. So to me, personally, for my use, the number one thing is the fact that this monitor can power everything using one battery, which is a really cool feature that I love. This thing comes in right now, I'll link it below, but for 169 bucks, which is mad cheap for everything that you're getting, looking at all the features. So let's dig into this monitor a little bit more, talk about some specs. I'll link, again, all the specs. If you want to dig into the deep specs of this, I'll link that below. But I'm gonna have Jeremiah come on here and talk about some of the usable things. Specifically for me, you know, if I'm shooting by myself, framing myself is really helpful, especially if I had a wireless setup from the camera to the monitor. and kind of figuring out what this thing can do, why it's a good monitor outside of just the power capabilities, which to me is the number one thing, and what this thing is capable of. Also, forgot to mention, just this case is awesome. I just love guys that give you good cases. All this stuff fits in here. Obviously, this thing is chunky and can fit the monitor plus a lot of extra stuff. So if you have other cables or power supplies or anything you want to bring with it, you can fit the monitor and then a massive amount of cabling and batteries and all kinds of stuff. So this is a very useful, and I appreciate a good addition to the whole setup.
All right, so let's dig into the specs. Obviously, we've seen these kinds of monitors before, but I would say first off, the menu settings are super easy to go through. And for someone like me, I would use these monitors for more short film, maybe commercial work, things in that area. So one cool thing about this is you can definitely import LUTs. You have up to 32. You do that by going through USB Type-C. Can you record out of this? No, you can't put in like a micro SD like some of the other ones do, but it does have other LUTs as well, like S-Log, V-Log, C-Log, and then obviously you have like zebras, histogram, like your safe grids, 4x3, 16:9. You have your anamorphic modes, so definitely cool stuff. You can also take the touchscreen off. It also has focus assist, but one thing I'm interested to see is how much can you power your gear off of this. So I shoot with Blackmagic here at the church, so we're gonna test it and see if this can power a Blackmagic. Obviously, that's probably not a smart solution, but if you go NP, if you get like a bigger battery, I could see it working. Maybe for this, not so much, but by itself, the battery life, just off this one, is actually really good. We've actually had this going for a while, so let's test it with the Blackmagic. All right, so the Andycine comes with this mount. Normally, you probably wouldn't for this case because we do have a cage. So we're gonna take that off, and we shoot with the V-mount batteries, but let's just see kind of, you know, if it works. All right, so we have our Mpf battery going in the back, and okay, looks like I'm getting signal, and yeah, it's going. Okay, cool. So do I know how long this will last? No, we'd probably have to test and see. But yeah, it seems to be working. Obviously, we take this mount off and go from dummy to DC out. But yeah, it works.
Yeah, so I think this one has a lot of the features that, you know, a lot of these monitors have. And if you want to know more about the specs, I'm actually going to link some of the videos that I enjoy below. I'm not trying to redo things that everyone has already done, but for me, for drum videos, if you're asking, hey, is that going to be a useful monitor for me over other monitors? Yes, because again, you know, you have the ability to, if you're recording, you know, music videos, or like if you're recording your worship service or church, what you want to be able to do is just have a camera just set up and left. So you can do a dummy battery where you're running it to power somewhere, but if you're traveling or you're at another church or you're like setting up and you know, having to set up and break down all the time, it may not be convenient to try to find another outlet. So the fact that I can grab one of these Mpf batteries, you know, they have ones that are just massively thick, have a lot, like double the power of this one. I can plug that in and then run power out into my camera, right? If I just mount this on here, mount this monitor here, or if I run a line where I can frame myself and then I can power, you know, the camera from this long-term plus another device if I need to, or again, like a field recorder. I could theoretically have my camera battery, have this, and then power like a external field recorder or something from this. That's what to me is a game changer about this style of monitor, is the fact that I can run power out. I know I said that over and over, but to me, that's one of the number one blocks I have, is power on stuff, especially if I'm mobile, if I'm traveling, doing a video, doing a music video. So this is definitely going in kind of my lineup, especially my travel rig. So look forward to kind of using this, and you guys will see more about this. If I've got more demonstrations of how I've used this, I'll link that in the description below. If you have any questions that I can answer specifically about features or functionality, hit me up. I'll make Jeremiah answer them to you guys in the comments. But again, thank you to Andycine for sending me 2 of these units to check out. Really appreciate it. And hopefully you guys will find this interesting. Again, if you want to know more about this, if you want to buy one of these yourself, guess where you can find that? Link below. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. I've got like over 400, 500 videos, somewhere in that range of drum videos. Most of my channel is about drum videos, some gear reviews, tech reviews, things related to music, drumming, capturing drum content, capturing music content, recording yourself, that kind of stuff. So this is definitely going to be an asset to do that. But if you found this enjoyable, like it, share it with someone you think would enjoy it as well, and hope to see you guys in the next video.